Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 37 of Saving Schalke. I've gone through all of the transfer window. We are now sat at the 3rd of February in 2026. We didn't sell anyone, we just loaned a few players out. Mainly our youngsters that look relatively good. So Sonderby has gone to Heidenheim. Yeah, as you can see, 5-star potential. Hopefully he can develop there. Alexander went to Trabzonspor, 19-year-old, a bit of potential. And finally, Christian, 21-year-old. I think he's at his peak now, but still having loan experience will help him develop. We brought in one player called Jaume Bari. He's a Spanish under-19 international. He's 16 years old. We brought him in for 1 million from Espanyol, and he's 37 to 49 million from this point. He's 5'11", so on the short side for a ball-playing defender, but overall his stats do look very good. He's 1.5-star ability at the moment with 5-star potential. But one disappointing thing that did come out of the transfer window is that Yusuf Demir wanted to be transfer listed, as did Regari. So I will just slot Sanders into our starting position from now on. And Regari, fantastic player, but if he's going to kick up a fuss, then why do we still have him? But since we last met, which was the game against Bayern Munich, we beat Dortmund 3-1 away from home, which was a fantastic result. Beat Ajax in a friendly, then went away from home and lost to Leverkusen. Beat Union Berlin, Dusseldorf, and most recently Wolfsburg we beat 6-0 with Puig fantastically getting a 10 overall rating. So hopefully he can continue to develop in the starting 11. But our attention turns to the Pokal today. We are yet to win the Pokal. We were obviously in the final against Bayern Munich 2 seasons ago, and we're playing the current holders of RB Leipzig today. So it's going to be a tough match. We're going to go out with a full strength side. So my starting lineup will be Georgie in goal, Wagnerman. I will bring in... So Kevin's injured at the moment, as you can see down there. He's out to 1 to 5 days, so it's not too bad. I'll bring on Bari as our sub centre-back. So Anel Sanders. Smith has returned from injury, which is fantastic news. So we'll be playing Mariba, Ugarte, Puig, Demir and Sesko up front. So I might need to take Schmidt off towards the 45-minute mark, maybe just after, just to keep him as fit as possible by playing games, but also not to get him re-injured, which is key, especially as we want him to develop. He's very young still. I think he's still 17, so we want him to continue developing, and that will come through playing a lot of games. If we just move it back to our stats, we'll be able to see his age here. So Smith has not long turned 18, so hopefully we can get him to continue developing. But a corner comes in, Sesko has an effort, but it's blocked on the line, and Ugarte plays it back to Schmidt, who finds Ugarte, ball comes across towards Puig, but unfortunately he's out jumps. So as you can see, I've changed the camera angle slightly. I think this looks slightly better. You can see the whole pitch, well, nearing on the whole pitch. You can see offsides as it comes. Sesko nods it down to Demir, but they get fantastic blocking, and Sesko, for the follow-up effort, has his effort tipped around the post. But I just think this camera angle looks slightly more appealing. It's just nicer to look at. You can see everything, or near enough everything that's going on. So I just think it's slightly nicer, so I decided to change it. I think it's the view that Zealand uses when he's playing Football Manager, so it's used by a few of the FM content creators, and I agree that it's one of the better looking camera angles. But Sesko just has his header goes past the post, but in the early exchanges we've been dominant here. They've had 2 chances compared to our 10, so against Leipzig we've been very good, but we're keeping the ball here. Anel up to Ugarte, into Puig, ball over the top to Sanders, running one-on-one with the goalkeeper, looks to take it slightly wider to create an angle, but unfortunately the keeper is equal to his effort. And Ugarte is going to take this corner towards the front post, but it's cleared by their front man. So it's disappointing, that corner, but it's nice to have Schmidt back into the side so Ugarte can play slightly further forward. But hopefully our youngsters in Puig and Schmidt do start to develop, as it'd be nice to see them become world-class players. Both of them have the potential to do that, so it'd be nice to see them reach that potential. But we've got a free kick with Demir, and it's into the back of the net. It's a fantastic free kick by Demir. I thought it was slightly too far out for him to hit the back of the net, but that was a fantastic free kick by him. As you can see, he just bends it around the wall and has got enough whip to curl inside the post and beat their goalkeeper to make it 1-0 to Schalke after about 37 minutes. But from the resulting kickoff, they're coming forward with us, but Koza intercepts nicely. Once again, another youngster that we're trying to develop. We've got a lot of youngsters that we are looking to develop in some way, shape or form, and one of them's on the ball here, being Sanders, with the ball in, but unfortunately for us it's cleared. Finds Schmidt, back to Koza, into Wagnerman, Puig, Mariba, finds Sesko, and his effort hits the post. Unfortunately he was offside though, so it will be a free kick to Leipzig. In the closing few moments of the first half, there's about 5 minutes left to go. We've got a highlight. Ugarte finds Sanders, into Schmidt, into Ugarte once again. Sanders looks to beat his man, and he pulls it back, but it's blocked by the first man and they look to clear. But it's only going to fall as far as Anel, who's going to drive forward and find Sanders once again. Inside to Ugarte, back to Schmidt, back to Koza, Anel, back to Koza. We're keeping the ball quite nicely here, not rushing anything, but Schmidt finds a fantastic ball to Mariba, who has a fantastic opportunity, but it skims the top of the bar and goes over the top. So it looks like at half time we've been the dominant side. We could potentially go 2-0 up here with another highlight, but 1-0 is still a good result against the likes of RB Leipzig. But Sesko rounds the goalkeeper and sticks it into the back of the net. So a fantastic assist from Schmidt there, playing a fantastic ball over the top for Sesko to run onto. I'm glad to have Schmidt back in the side. It's wonderful to see. Hopefully he can be one of our first German internationals, as we don't have the licensing for German players to be playing. So when Kevin had the opportunity to play Wagnerman, they didn't get that call up just because of the licensing in Football Manager. But we go into half time 2-0 up, so it's fantastic. I'm very happy with the way that we are playing at the moment. As you can see, they've only had 3 shots compared to our 17. So it's nice to see us dominating such a good side like RB Leipzig. We've always struggled against them, especially with Thiago Thomas up front. He's been a nightmare every time that we've played them, but he hasn't had a sniff at goal today. Demir one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he sticks it into the back of the net from a nod down from Benjamin Sesko. So our strikers are linking up very, very nicely here to make it 3-0 to Schalke this evening. As you can see, Koza plays a ball forward to Wagnerman, who plays the ball up to Sesko, and Demir holds his run for a nod down from Sesko to slot it past the goalkeeper to make it 3-0. So if we can get a victory here today, I'd be hoping to at least reach the final of the Pokal, if not win it, to assert our dominance on German football. It's a necessity to be winning the league and the cup. But Sanders plays a fantastic ball over for Mariba, and his header is just over the bar. So that was very unfortunate for him. At the 60th minute mark, I think I'm going to make my first changes of the game. And one of those changes will be bringing on Regari for Sanders. I'm just trying to keep Sanders as fit as possible. I have been bringing on Sharvik quite a lot at that left-back position because he's left-footed. It allows him to develop in that position, and then he can be the backup to Sanders when Regari unfortunately will leave us. My second change, I've brought off Schmidt and brought on Scott, moving Agate back into the centre defensive mid role. Schmidt had a fantastic game on a 7.7 rating. It's our third best player behind Demir, who's got 2 goals, and Sesko with the other goal. So scoring the goals do lead to a high average rating, but Schmidt has had a fantastic game to be up there, hitting around the high average ratings for us. Yes, he did get an assist, but still, it's nice for him to be up there. Mariba plays it back to Wagnerman here, plays it over to Regari, looking to beat his man, but has to play it back to Scott here. Back to Regari. Ball into the middle for Mariba once again, and his header can't keep it down, and once again it's over the top of the bar. One of the reasons why I didn't make any major transfers in the January transfer window is also because we have got a lot of youngsters coming through in the summer transfer window at the end of this season. So I want to be able to develop them, whether they'll be playing in the youth sides. I don't know yet because it depends on their ability when they come in. But the players like Puig and Schmidt, I'm really looking to develop, as you can see, by playing them near enough game in, game out when they are fit and available. But Mariba, ball over for Sesko, and once again, another header from us is just over the top of the bar. But I want to develop youngsters. That is my mentality in all of this. I like to bring in young players, develop them, and then sell them on for a profit. So if they do become world-class players, then it'll be interesting to see how they fare. But RB Leipzig have got their chance here, and their effort is a very poor effort, one-on-one with our goalkeeper, and he fluffs his lines and it goes out for a goal kick. But as you can see, we've near on had 30 shots in this game with a 3.4 XG. But they're coming forward once again. Mariba wins a header at the front post and clears it. They play it back to their corner taker here. Inside, looking to beat Regari, I think it is, and they do get their goal. So at the front post, they just tap it past Georgie, so it's unfortunate to concede that goal in the last few moments from us, but their man just looks to beat, I think that is Regari that he's trying to beat there, which he does, and yeah, simple ball across, and he just pokes it past Georgie, but it should be a comfortable victory for us today. We're going to run out 3-1 victors against RB Leipzig in the third round of the Pokal. So it will see us progress into the next round and knock the holders of the trophy out. So I'm very happy with the way that we've played there, especially you look at some of the players. Anel ended up on an 8.0 rating, so fantastic performance from him today. Koza, a youngster, really happy with him. But a victory is all that we can ask for in this competition. So I'll come back for the game against Hanover away, which is in 4 days, for the second game of the episode, hoping that we can get another victory in the league. As you can see, we are 3 points above Bayern Munich, played the exact same amount of games, so hopefully we can continue this form in the league and continue to progress further away from Bayern Munich. But I'll see you in the next game shortly. So we've reached this game away from home against Hanover. We've also had the Pokal draw. So after beating Leipzig, they've asked us to do it the hard way. They've given us a home tie against Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals. Realistically, that's the toughest side that we could face, but hopefully if we do beat Bayern Munich, we'll be getting either Stuttgart or Nuremberg in the semi-finals. But let's just focus on the league for now. I've made one change. I've brought off Koza and I've brought on Barry to sort of try him out. I would like to see what he's like. A game against Hanover, we should be winning this one quite comfortably. So I'm happy to take the risk here today. But apart from that, it's an unchanged lineup from the side against Leipzig. But like I said, we should be beating Hanover quite comfortably. Yes, it's away from home, but you look at their side and I don't recognise any of the names that they've got there in their starting 11 or even on the bench. Yes, we are getting to a point where regens and new gens are starting to come into play, but they still should have enough players that I know. But they're currently sat down in... Let's just have a look. They're sat down in 16th place at the start of the game. However, they've dropped down a place because of the results not going their way. But they're coming forward, first of all, here. Sousa playing it out towards the left-hand side. Out to Marquisa. I think that's how to pronounce it. But we're forcing them back quite nicely. And Sesko intercepts, and it's a one-on-one race with Hoffman, but he wins the challenge there. And between the two centre-backs, they play it back to their goalkeeper. So we force them all the way back here, which is fantastic to see. And their goalkeeper plays it only as far as Mariba, who finds Demir into Puig, into Sesko, who looked offside in my opinion there. But it was a fantastic save. But yes, it was offside from Sesko. But the chance that I thought was going to go to them did end up going to us. But they've got a free kick here. Ball comes in. Sanders wins the header. We're chasing it out here along with their man. And Ugarte wins a fantastic challenge. But it just falls back to their man here. Who looks to build up play. Finds Sousa. Ball over the top towards their left winger. But Wagnerman cleared. But they're coming forward on their left-hand side once again. And the ball comes across. Anel wins the header. Puig doesn't win the seconds there, which is disappointing. But a loose pass finds Ugarte. And Sesko turns, finds Demir, into Mariba, into Sesko. Looking for Mariba again, but their centre-back wins it. Sloppy pass finds Sesko, and his shot is fired over the bar. Disappointing that he doesn't have his shooting boots on today, but hopefully that can change later on in the game. We have looked the better side in terms of chance creation. We've created the chances that you've seen and the only chances of the game. So hopefully we can create a few more and absolutely score multiple goals against them today. Mariba had a chance there, but his heavy touch just ran into the arms of the goalkeeper. I want to be absolutely hammering Hanover today, but Bari wins a header here, but it falls to their left back, and it's played all the way back to their centre backs. And we normally see how this goes. but they're coming forward. They've actually kept possession here, coming forward, back to their right back, into Sousa, who finds their striker one-on-one, and he sticks it past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0 to Hanover. I thought it was going to be a routine victory for us today, but they're putting up a bit of a challenge. They created this goal lovely. Ball just was played about. Bari slightly out of positioning, so maybe his age and his ability has determined that. But it's disappointing to be 1-0 down after being on top, I would say. So I'm just going to demand more from the players. But they've got a throw in here, straight to Sesko, however. And he's looking to drive past Sousa here. Ball comes in, looking for Demir, but Hoffman intercepts. Finds Sousa up to their right winger, who finds a fantastic ball over to the left-hand side. And Wagnerman gets in the way of their shot. Plays it towards Mariba, Puig, Ugarte. Looking to find Sesko once again, but Hoffman intercepts and heads it all the way back to their goalkeeper, who's taking his time here and looks to play it long. Bari is muscled out of that, and their striker has a fantastic opportunity but sticks it past the post to keep it at 1-0 to Hanover. The victory for them today will see the gap for us and Bayern Munich close to 3 points, with them having a game in hand. I think we've just got better goal difference. Mariba wins a header and it hits the back of the net to be 1-1 this evening. A fantastic ball over from Ugarte, I think it was, just on the edge of the area, turned and played a fantastic ball over to his centre mid partner. Puig, as you can see here, plays Sanders, Smith into Ugarte, and yes, he just turns and plays a fantastic ball over to Mariba, who jumps above his man and sticks it into the back of the net. But yes, as you can see from the league table, we have got a better goal difference than Bayern Munich, so we would have to see a miraculous goal turnover this game and theirs to see them go back on top of the league. But Hanover are coming forward once again into Ox. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't quite know. But he is fouled by Bari, but I thought that was partially a dive there. I don't think there wasn't any contact between Bari and the ball, but it looked like he went down very softly. And I think VAR will say it's a penalty, which they have. And their player will come up against Georgie, who makes a fantastic save to keep it at 1-1. That's a brilliant save from him. It's coming up to the 35-minute mark. And they've got a corner here coming in. However, Puig, one of our shortest players, headers that clear. But hopefully with him and Schmidt, both of them start to progress. It'd be nice to see them become world-class players. And once all of the season's done, once I've won everything that I want to win, we'll be doing updates on our Instagram channel. So make sure you check it in the description below. But we have reached half-time here. They are beating us on XG, however that is purely down to the penalty that they did receive in the first half. But I will be going into the half-time break demanding more from the players, as I said beforehand, we should be beating them quite comfortably. So I'm going to ask them to step up their game and hopefully we can create something to win the game. And as you can see, Leverkusen are closing the gap on us. They're only 3 points behind us. So it looks like it's a race between me, Munich and Leverkusen, realistically, for the league title. Hopefully we can be coming out on top. Puig finds Sesko, who is tripped. That was 100% a penalty there. We still will go to VAR. But I think it will be a penalty, and I think Mariba normally takes our penalties, so he will step up and look for his second goal of the game. Takes a few steps back, referee blows his whistle, and he comes running towards it and sticks it past the goalkeeper into the back of the net to make it 2-1 to Schalke, and his second goal of the game. It's his 14th goal of the season, so it's fantastic to see Mariba getting quite a lot of goal contributions this season. Keeper almost saved it with his feet, however, but luckily for us it went into the back of the net. But yeah, he's getting quite a lot of goal contributions, which is fantastic to see. We need him to be creating a lot and scoring a lot, especially from that Mazzala role. But I'm going to take off Puig as he's getting tired. Bring on Palestro in the striker role. Demir's gone into the centre attacking mid role. I'll also bring on Scott, and Ugarte can once again move back into the defensive midfield role, and Scott moves into the left centre midfield role. Bari hasn't had a convincing debut for us today. He's on a 6.5 rating. I would say he was at fault for the first goal, and he gave away a penalty as well, so he hasn't had a fantastic game, but for a 16-year-old he can still develop loads. And they've got a goal back there, but we're appealing for offside, but I don't think it was. I think we had quite a few men towards our goal line. As you can see here, there was about 3 players and the man marking him, so it's now 2-2 today. I'll encourage the players and hopefully we can get another goal, because we don't want to be dropping points against a side like this. This could be a massive turning point in our season if we are to drop points. But they've got a throw in here. Ugarte wins it, finds Palestro, who looks to find Sesko, but Hoffman wins a header. Finds there Schmidt. So both of us have got a player called Schmidt. Whether that's a common surname in Germany, I'm not too sure. But Scott wins the ball back. Finds ball towards Palestro, however the centre back intercepts, plays it, the goalkeeper plays it long but only finds Sanders. Mariba into Sesko, fantastic chance but a fantastic save by their goalkeeper with 10 minutes to go to keep the game level. Corner will come in from Demir. Sesko, but he's out jumped and Ugarte picks up the seconds. Turns, finds Mariba, back to Ugarte, down the line to Demir. Was he in an offside position? Linesman hasn't put his flag up, but they clear it long to their striker here. Play it all the way back to their left back, into their central defender, back to their left back. We're closing them down. Switches ball nicely over to towards the right hand side. They've played the ball nicely, but however, their man gives it away. And we're coming forward here. Sanders finds Sesko. Into Sanders. Ball across to Palestro. Sanders has an effort. Palestro has a follow-up effort, and it's just over the bar to keep it at 2-2. Could have really done with that being a goal there. We're on a 2.37 XG, so realistically we should be winning this game compared to their 1.7. Both of us have had very good chances in this second half, but I think this is going to be 2 points dropped here this evening, which is very, very disappointing from us. Yeah, time's just ticking away here, and we finished on a whole 1 XG or 0.99 ahead of them. So in terms of XG, we should have won the game. Both of us did have very good chances towards the end of the game, but at the end of the day, it is the result that matters, and it's a 2-2 draw. It leaves Leverkusen 3 points behind us, Munich 4 points behind us, so it's closed the title race up altogether with a draw against Hanover. But as I'll be focusing more on the league. I'll go quite a way into the season. I think what I'll do is I'll bring you the Mönchengladbach and Frankfurt game, see how we are towards the end of the season, and go from there. But if you have enjoyed, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Check out our Instagram in the description below. Share amongst all of your friends, as that is fantastic to get this channel out there. But apart from that, I'll see you in the next episode.